everything's going to stop, you would think the markets would crash, right? Well, no. Here's actually what happens, and here's why the markets aren't really fazed by a lot of this data. If you really dive into it, the reasons why they weren't phased, we're going to go through a couple topic points here, is one, we faced it in the past. In 2013, we went through a government shutdown. In 2018 to 2019, we also had a government shutdown. And in most cases, it was short-lived. It wasn't even, I don't even think the longest one lasted 30 days. Investors see shutdown as temporary, and it's basically political theater. That's what the markets are looking at. If you look at the economy, well, basically most of the stuff is going to get funded. Benefits, military, debt payments, they'll all continue. It'll get rid of unnecessary workers. I'm not saying that. That's how it comes across through here. They're saying, they're going to keep the necessary workers still working, but those that they can furlough, they're going to be furloughed. So if you're a contractor for the government, you're probably going to see no paychecks for a while. Let me get my head out of the way so you can see the rest of these things. Bigger drivers dominate. Fed policies, we know the Federal Reserve's in rate cut mode. Inflation, that's still up in the air, how inflation is going to go. But even Federal Chairman Powell said last time, the inflation, it will have a one-time uptick because of the tariffs, but it won't be a long trend. They're expecting in 2026 to 2027 to get back to their inflation 2.0 number. Earnings, they're still coming in and they're robust. So the markets are saying earnings are good, Fed's cutting, and inflation's still not too bad. The markets are still running like it doesn't really care the markets are shut down. Rate cuts are expected, and that's overshadowing short-term political noise. Priced in, a lot of this was already priced in, a lot of people were saying, and it's also priced in for short-term durations. Now, the longer this thing goes, the worse it's going to get.